This is joint meeting of Glendale City Council and Glendale Housing Authority. Today is June 9th. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the June 9, 2020 joint meeting of the Glendale City Council and Glendale Housing Authority. Due to evolving situation with COVID-19 and health recommendations from LA County Health Department, the Glendale City Council meeting will be available to the public electronically. Due to social distancing requirements, the public will not be able to attend the meeting. This meeting can be viewed on Charter and Spectrum Channel 6 and AT&T Uverse Channel 99. You may also stream online through our website, www.glendaleca.gov, by scrolling all the way to the bottom of the web page and selecting live streaming, which is the third icon from the left. For public comments and questions during the meeting, call 818-937-8100. You see it on my left side. Please don't call in advance of the agenda item. May I have roll call, please?
Councilmember Brotman?
Here.
Devine?
Here.
Kasakian?
Here.
Najarian? Here. Mayor Agajanian?
Present.
For the
Thank
Housing
you.
Authority?
For housing, please.
Authority Member Agajanian?
Present.
Brotman?
Here.
Kasakian?
Here.
Najarian? Here. Parazian?
Here.
Chair Devine?
Here.
Thank you. Next item, please.
The agenda for the Tuesday, June 9th, 2020 joint public meeting of the City Council and the Housing Authority was posted on Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Thank you. Next item, please.
One would be Community Service and Parks regarding fiscal year 2019-2020 annual action plan, substantial amendment for community development block grant, CDBG Emergency Solution Grant, ESG and Home Investment Partnership Act, Home related to CARES Act funding for CDBG-CV and ESG-CV. A would be City Council resolution adopting an environmental negative declaration. B would be City Council motion approving fiscal year 2019-2020 CDBG, ESG, and Home Annual Action Plan. Substantial amendment totaling $1,744,466, authorizing submission of fiscal year 2019-2020 Annual Action Plan. Substantial amendment to HUD, Housing Authority motion approving fiscal year 2019-2020 CDBG, ESG, and Home Annual Action Plan. Substantial amendment totaling $1,744,466, and authorize submission of the Annual Action Plan. Substantial amendment to HUD. D would be resolution of appropriation to appropriate CARES Act funding in the amount of $1,175,049 for CDBG, CV, and $569,417 for ESG CV, available to be expanded from March 27, 2020 through September 30th, 2022.
Thank you. Ms. Yasmin Beers.
Yes, Mayor Agajanian, members of the City Council, Chair Devine, and members of the Housing Authority will go directly to Mr. Bulanikian, Community Services and Parks Director.
Thank you. Mayor Agajanian, members of the Council, Chair Devine, members of the Housing Authority. On April 2nd, HUD awarded the City of Glendale CARES Act funding due to COVID-19 in the amount of $1,744,000. Out of the $1.7 million, $1,175,000 has been allocated to CDBG, Community Development Block Grant, and an additional $569,000 has been allocated to the ESG Emergency Solutions Grant for Homeless Prevention. My apologies.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. So the CARES Act program development process, basically these funds are to be used to prevent, prepare, and respond for COVID-19 purposes. The funding allocation is based on the CARES Act, which is the first rollout. We did get notice for the second and third rollout for CDBG. We won't be receiving any funding for the second and third rollout, but for ESG, we did get notice this morning that we will be receiving an additional $3 million for homeless prevention. We did have a citizen participation survey for a public comment period between April 30th and May 4th. We came to council with our program recommendations on May 5th. We gathered all of your comments, and here we are today for final approval. The funding allocation for CDBG, there are 3 programs that we will like funded. The Emergency Rental Assistance Program in the amount of $572,000, Small Business Grant Program for $572,000, and Senior Nutritional Meals Program for $30,000. The Rental Assistance Program will assist low-income Glendale residents up to 2 months, $750 per month, maximum of $1,500 for rental payments. Rental payments would be made to the landlords, and the residents will be selected based on a computer lottery system, and we will have 2 separate application and selection rounds. So we'll have phase 1, round 1, and a round 2 lottery system.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you just mention who is eligible to get this 2 months? Yeah?
Glendale renters affected by COVID-19. Residents that are affected must not be on any government assistance or any other low-income housing assistance program. So any renter that needs assistance, rental assistance basically. The program will cover $750 per month for 2 months, maximum
So if the
$1,500.
elderly who's getting money from government,
Will not be eligible.
okay. Thank you.
Mr. Lansfame,
Mr. Mayor, I would just say that it is for low income, 80% of AMI and less. So not any renter, and even those that are moderate income, but it would be low income and below.
But
When,
they have to be affected by coronavirus.
Correct. And then just one other thing, because it has come up in the past, we're only allowing 1 application. If somebody were to apply more than once, they would have an unfair advantage in the lottery. And so like we have done in other programs, we've taken that direction and applied it here. If there are 2 applications, they will both be eliminated and disqualified from the lottery. So people should only apply once. If you apply in the first round and you're not selected, you will automatically be entered into the second lottery, along with those that did not apply in the first round that did for the second. So only 1 application, and whether it's purposeful or accidental, we simply have to delete those and disqualify those so that we don't have an unfair advantage.
Okay, thank you.
Question?
Yes, please.
So in the case that somebody's applied and didn't get in the first round, are we going to notify them to, so that they don't apply again accidentally?
We will notify everybody of the rules. When they apply, it'll be there. And then we'll have a notification that goes out at the end of the first round. Either you were selected or you were not. If you were not, you'll be put into the next.
And we'll remind them not to reapply, because we don't want people to do it by accident and then it's not fair. Yeah, okay. Thanks.
So,
Once-
if someone does submit a second application because they didn't understand the instructions clearly, are we drawing a hard line and saying you turned in 2 applications and now you're unable to qualify at all? Or is there going to be some sort of approach that you will reach out and try to get clarification?
In the Housing Authority and City Council have had the policy that they would be disqualified if this Housing Authority would like to change that. But if we don't catch it in an initial screen for whatever reason, then that lottery, that person that did, again, either purposefully or accidentally, would have an unfair advantage. So I suppose if we didn't catch it, they would anyway, but we're suggesting that afterwards, if we do and we find out after the lottery, they would still be rejected and disqualified.
Thank you. Mr. Najarian, Councilmember Najarian.
So let me just make sure we're clear on these general rules. The applicants cannot be receiving any other sort of housing assistance. That means no Section 8. That means they can't be receiving our rental subsidy program that we're offering. And they have to be affected by the COVID virus. Their income or their expenses need to be affected. So if we have a couple that are just receiving Social Security has not been affected, has not been reduced during this COVID times. So even though their income may be below the 80 or at that 80% threshold, they would not qualify unless they can show additional expenses as a result of the COVID. Is that basically how we're doing it here?
In Mr. Najarian, I would see a situation where senior parents on Social Security maybe have an adult child that's living with them. Together, they're making their rent. That adult child lost their job or something. That would be a situation where the household was affected by COVID-19.
And anyone in our affordable housing programs, either the city's programs or any of the other organizations, private organizations, are not eligible for this.
Including the density bonus, yes.
And one application per household.
One application per household. So, and this is, glad you bring that up, Mr. Agajanian. We have had Mr. Smith at 123 Main Street apply, and then Mrs. Smith at 123 and a half Main Street apply. It's the same unit. We've had that in the past where we realized that that's an unfair advantage and why the Housing Authority has maintained this policy.
You got to watch out for those Smiths. They're tricky.
I should have used the lands of fame.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. The second program is the Small Business Grant Program in the amount of $572,000. This will assist 114 small businesses affected by COVID-19. $5,000 grants would be given towards rent, mortgage, or payroll. And this will also be selected on a computerized lottery system. Mr. Lanzafame, if you would like to add.
Very similar, no other federal program assistance they could not have received. For instance, the payroll protection through the CARES Act. They must be a Glendale business operating out of a storefront in Glendale with a lease. Very important when we're talking about business, 25 employees or less, and at least 51% of those employees must be of low income. And that is so that because we're using community development block grants and that eligibility requirement rolls over. Again, show loss of income due to COVID-19, same as the residential, one application. If we receive more than one, will disqualify them.
Quick question.
Yes, please.
The definition of low income, is that 80% of AMI?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
This business should have an employee, or does it matter? The person is the only person working in the business.
We would allow, if there's one person, the sole proprietor, that is a business as long as that one person is of low income.
Yeah.
We would allow that.
Okay. So they don't have to have an employee.
They don't.
Other
We
than-
would consider the owner the employee.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next program is for our elderly nutritional meals program in the amount of $30,000. Pre-COVID, our senior meals program would deliver 3,600 meals per month. During COVID, it's 8,000 plus. The month of May, we had 9,000. Moving forward, it's a little over 8,000 meals per month. This will also fund the cooling fan assistance program. We're providing cooling fans to seniors that do not have air conditioning systems in their homes. And since our cooling centers are open during heat wave, but if they do not have access attending any of our cooling centers, then we would provide them with a cooling fan.
Mr. Butt.
I have a question. How, and it may be in here, I'm sorry if I missed it, but how long do we have to spend these funds? And I'm just wondering, you know, some of these requirements, like for the businesses to have 50% of their employees be low income, what if we, you know, what if we're just not finding that there are enough potential applicants? Can we, how would we handle that?
I'm not sure about our rules, but my guess is that we could come back to the council and have them move that money back to whether it's residential assistance or one of Mr. Bulanikian's programs.
And how much time do we have to spend this money?
And 2022.
All the way through 2022,
2022,
so we have quite a long time. Okay. Because I mean,
Opportunity.
do you think that, I mean, would you expect that you can find, you know, well over 114 businesses are going to meet these conditions, not have PPP and a 50%, you know, low income? It seems
I
like
assure you, you will find over 1,000 businesses will come forward.
with all those, meeting all those conditions,
Yes.
low income employees?
My guess is it will be a lot of really small business, why we named it microgrant. I know I just had a conversation with a small gym fitness center owner where she is really a sole proprietor. She has an occasional contract, will come in and do it. A single parent, she is of low income. There may be several of those that are working to make ends meet that haven't been able to get back into business. If we don't have 114, we will certainly be back to you to move that.
Okay.
And we will know pretty quickly, as Mr. Agajanian suggested.
Yeah, if you could kind of just come back to us with a real quick update, you know, in a couple months, like, here's how it's looking, I think it would be good. It'd be something I'd be interested in knowing how this program is rolling out.
We anticipate.
I would second a request like that. Thank you.
We anticipate that promotion will start sometime next week, and then around the beginning of July, we would start accepting applications, and a lottery mid-July. So we'll know by mid-July how many we have for the initial round.
Okay, yeah, if you could come back then, that would be great. Because I know with the housing subsidy, I mean, it's taken some time to get that rolled out, right? And I know the qualification process, it can slow things down. So I want to make sure, you know, we are getting this money out, and we're not putting in so many conditions that it's you know, it's stymieing our intentions.
I will tell you on this program, the HUD rules are a little more strict. We'll have much more flexibility in the city's Measure S assistance programs.
Got it. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, please. Councilmember Devine.
Yes, Mr. Lanzafame, did you say that today we just got or received an additional $3 million in funding?
That was Mr. Bulanikian. Go ahead.
Yes, the rollout, there was a third rollout for ESG. CDBG did not get funded. ESG did get funded in the amount of $3 million. I'm sorry?
Will you be bringing the allocation of that funding back to us when staff figures out how it will be allocated?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a number of programs that we would like to fund through our nonprofits, plus the possibility of expanding the Glendale Hotel program for our COVID-19 pandemic clients that need a shelter for the next 30 to 60 days.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Mr. Lanzafame, you were talking about having the thing. Oh my God, lottery in July, mid-July. So how's going to happen the lottery in these uncertain times?
When Mr. Zolvac can give you more detail if this isn't good, the general's not good enough. When you apply, you'll be given a number. That will be your lottery number. We will have a third-party, independent third-party, take those numbers. They won't be assigned to names. Take those numbers, and they will be chosen, selected through a computerized lottery. So we'll put all the numbers in. We will hit the button. The program will work, and it will spit out whatever number, the order of the numbers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. On to our emergency solutions grant for homeless programs, homeless prevention. We'd like to allocate $360,000 for the Glendale Hotel program. We currently have 19 clients as part of our Glendale Care project. There are a number of hotels in the Glendale and LA area. We are working with LA County Homeless Services Authority on Project Room Key. We have 15 clients there. They'll be there. Both programs will be funded through the end of July. LASA does provide food, nursing staff, and security for Project Room Key. The Glendale Care Project case management is handled by Essentia. Therefore, we would like to allocate $38,950 for case management under the Glendale Hotel Cares program. In addition, we'd like to add the $10,000 for Essentia, totaling $48,953. Last week, when staff came to council and presented the CDBG plan for 2021, council directed staff to move $10,000 for Essentia case management to Boy Scouts of America, and in turn use CARES Act funding and fund an additional $10,000 to Essentia. So on the report, we do state $38,953. We would like to add an additional $10,000, which will total $48,953 for emergency housing case management. $67,000 would be allocated for portable showers and portable restrooms and hand washing stations. We have a number of hand washing stations and portable restrooms deployed throughout the city. The portable showers, Showers of Hope, they have been operating once a week at the Adult Recreation Center for about 5 hours. So far, we've had close to 25 clients that have used those services at the ARC. The services will last through the end of August, through the end of September, and we would need $67,000 for those services.
Okay, I'm sorry. The showers, it says mobile showers will cost up to $1,500 per week, totaling $30,000 for 5 months.
Yes, for 5 months.
These showers will be outside, right?
Yes, the showers, they're on a trailer. They're hooked on a trailer.
Yeah, but 5 months later, weather will be okay to get somebody to get a shower at that time in an outside shower?
Then they would need to go to Essentia and take showers. Essentia is available for unsheltered homeless clients to go and take showers.
I'm worried that it will be cold for the person to take a shower at that time.
The showers are heated, so they're self-contained. So it's not a cold shower. They're self-contained trailers. There's 3 showers, individual showers on the trailer, and they're self-contained and heated.
All right, thank you.
Can I ask a follow-up?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so on these showers, you said for 5 months we're going to have them?
5 months.
And the cost for the 5 months is the $67,000, right?
It's $30,000.
What's the
$37,000 for the portable restrooms and hand washing stations. They have been deployed as of the 3rd week of March.
Oh, so it's 30, so I'm sorry, say that again,
37,000.
37,000. I mean, and how many customers you think we will have through there? I mean, how many showers? I'm just wondering, like, how expensive is this?
So far, we've had 25, and they've operated 3 days, so 15 hours they've operated. They operated yesterday, last Monday, we had Memorial Day off, and the week before Memorial Day.
Calculate what it costs us for a shower. What would that come out to?
25. So far, we've spent 4,500.
That's over $225. If 20 with 45.
$180.
$180.
Oh. But you said then 20. 20 people used it?
25.
25. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying 20.
I would never question your math, Mr. Mayor. You're good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not going to do it now. Me too.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, over 5 months, if we have this run rate of 25 showers over 3 days, you figure how many showers we're going to get over 5 months, and we're spending $37,000. I'm just curious,
Yeah,
what are we paying for a shower?
right. It's not
If
gonna be
anybody's
cheap.
quick with their calculator and wants to run that number, that would be
It's not
great.
going to be cheap.
It's not going to be cheap, but the goal is to prevent the disease transmission and COVID. Essentia is closed. They're only open for their clients, the 46 clients that they have at their emergency shelter. So this would provide the unsheltered participants or unsheltered clients a shower, a place to clean up.
Oh, so in normal circumstances, any homeless person can go to Essentia and take a shower?
They would have to register and be in the HMIS system and follow their rules.
Okay,
Most of the clients, the unsheltered clients, about 25-30% of them, don't want to follow the rules.
okay.
Yeah.
But they
And
could,
don't want to submit their information into the HMIS system.
right, but for this, they would not be required to do that,
They would need to be no, not for this.
for this program? Okay, all right, thank you.
Next, Mr.
you.
Bolanicki.
So the next program would be rental assistance, homeless prevention rental assistance. We have 3 agencies that receive ESG funding throughout the year. We would take $85,428 divided by 3 evenly and give it to Catholic Charities, Family Promise of the Verdugos, and YWCA for them to assist in families, assist families that are affected by COVID-19. If there are any questions,
Thank you, Mr. Bolanicki. Is there any questions? Okay. So do we have to vote on
Yeah, you have items to vote on.
for the city council?
Council and Housing Authority. Council is at,
Will
Mr.
Yes,
Mayor,
please. Yes, Mr.
Yeah, I'd like to just, I may be the minority voice on this, but I just want to express my view on this. In terms of the elimination of a complete application, if someone submits or there's a dual application submitted, I understand in the case of the housing process where we have numerous people applying multiple times for a limited number of resources available. But I know that during this process, we're going to have a number of people who are new to a city process. And my suggestion, recommendation, is for staff to seek compliance rather than approaching it in a punitive way. If someone does make a mistake, I would like to see staff work with the individual to find out why that was, rather than saying, "Oh, you're done. You don't get to apply at all." But if I don't have anyone else on council supporting that position, then we can just go ahead and vote on it. The larger package is more important than this detail.
I'll move items 1, 2 on the
1, 2, and 4?
1, 2, and 4.
Okay, is there a second?
I will second.
Okay, roll call for city council.
Councilmember Brotman,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Kasakian,
Yes.
Najarian,
Yes.
Mayor Agajanian.
Yes.
And do I have a motion from housing for agenda item, the third item?
May I move the item?
Second?
I will second the
Roll call.
item.
For housing?
Yes. You have, yes. we
Yes,
have-
roll call, please, for housing.
Authority Member Agajanian,
Yes.
Brotman,
Yes.
Kasakian,
Yes.
Najarian,
Yes.
Parazian,
Yes.
and Chair Devine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to adjourn, I guess? Are we done with it? Okay.
To adjourn for
the city
council?
council. Yeah, for the city council.
Correct.
And
Second.
I'll second their motion for housing.
Move to adjourn?
Second?
We are adjourned.
So with the, that said, meeting is adjourned at 3:51 PM. Thank you.